Alright guys, so today we're doing a list for the top 10 grapplers in the UFC right now, and I'll be judging this off of takedowns and trips, how effective they are at getting people on the ground, their control, how effective they are at keeping people down, how effective their ground and pound is, their submission game, their wrestling, and their jiu-jitsu. Now before I get into the list, I just want to talk about my honorable mentions, okay, people who are just outside of the top 10. Now my honorable mentions are Belal Muhammad, Jon Jones, and of course Shamil Gaziev. I think Belal Muhammad is genuinely a good grappler. He's just like right outside of the top 10, but he has little to no finishing ability. Like, I can't put him on the list if he can't even damage his opponent. And then I have Jon Jones. Now this is the list of top 10 best grapplers right now, and considering Jones is basically retired, I don't really know where to put him on the list considering he hasn't really fought anyone worth mentioning in ages. He did really good in the grappling against Stipe, but that's literally old man Stipe. And then with Shamil Gaziev, I kind of just have him to make this list 3 people. Now starting off at number 10, I have Movsar Evloev. Movsar Evloev is one of the best wrestlers in the UFC. His wrestling ability is elite.
Nice, he's got the ninja choke in, but the dump, oh, that's tight. Great job to get out of that. I mean, he rolled and was able to get out so slippery.
The guy is just so fast and skilled on the ground. He's also just so technically good. I just have to put this guy at least at number 10. He has decent ground and pound, good takedowns, but I think the reason he makes this list is because he out-grappled Aljo. I think that's really impressive considering he didn't really just like out-strength Aljo or something. He out-skilled lighter man Aljo on the ground. I think that's really impressive. I think he deserves to be on this list. He has decent control. He doesn't really have a submission game, but he's so skilled in the wrestling, I think it does make up for it. He also doesn't have the best BJJ, but his defensive BJJ is pretty good.
Don't rush him. Oh!
Now at number 9, I have Mateusz Gamrot. Now I probably won't spend too long on Gamrot because I think he's pretty similar to Movsar. He's only higher because I think he's grappled with better guys, and he had a really close fight with Arman Tsarukyan, who I have pretty high on this list. But Gamrot is another guy who just has really elite level wrestling, but he just doesn't really have great finishing ability to go with it.
There's the back and there's a rolling. Wow. Knee bar attempt, perhaps. Gets the whizzer, and he's on.
Man, the scrambles. It's going to be insane.
Look at that rolling.
Wow.
Alright, so coming in at number 8, I have Jailton Almeida. I think Jailton Almeida has some of the best BJJ in the UFC right now. He has incredible control, a great submission game, pretty good takedowns, and he has decent wrestling too. The only thing he really lacks is the ground and pound. I mean, that's like almost non-existent. You will never see Jailton Almeida really just tee off on anyone on the ground. It's always either position or submission. Now, Jailton Almeida is mainly known for just out-grappling blobs, but in Jailton Almeida's case, he isn't just grappling any blobs, he's grappling all of the like tubbies that actually know how to grapple. I mean, he out-grappled Sergey Spivak, Alexander Romanov, and he completely dominated Curtis Blades on the ground. Like, this guy is a legit grappler. But at the same time, for that same reason, because he's only really going against blobs, I can't really put him that high. Until he out-grapples a guy like Aspinall or something, then I'll put him higher. But until then, I think he'll probably stay around this level.
This could be the end. He's trying to get the choke. Look at this.
Like he has.
Guys,
That's in.
at this.
That's in.
And what a squeeze he'll have. Switch palm to palm.
Now coming in at number 7, I have Sean Brady. I mean, Sean Brady just has incredible jiu-jitsu, great control, great submissions, really good takedowns as well. And I think what makes this guy so impressive, this guy beat Craig Jones in a BJJ match. Regardless of the modified rule set, that is a very impressive thing to do. However, I do think that he's lacking a bit in the ground and pound, and I really don't think that this guy's wrestling is that good. Like, bro, this guy got taken down by a modern day Gilbert Burns. Like, after watching the Michael Morales fight, isn't that like crazy? But Sean Brady is probably one of the best grapplers in the UFC. I just think he hasn't really done it to anyone that's really that impressive, to be honest. Like, he couldn't do it to Gilbert Burns. And I mean, who doesn't do that to Leon Edwards? I mean, Sean Brady's probably just the only guy who had the submission ability to finish him. Like, until he does that to someone who's like actually really good on the ground, I think this guy will probably like skyrocket to top 3. Like, this guy is genuinely a really good grappler.
Because Sean's got a squeeze like I've never felt in my life. He's got it. That's it. That's it. I'm telling you. He's out. He's out.
Alright, so coming in at number 6, I have Alexandre Pantoja. Alexandre Pantoja is probably the second best BJJ practitioner in the UFC. This guy is just so dominant when he's on top. He's probably one of the best backtakers in the UFC too. Like, he's mainly here because of his jiu-jitsu though. Because if I'm being honest, he's kind of lacking everywhere else. But his BJJ is so insane that I have to put him here. But like I said, he is quite lacking in a couple of areas. Like, I don't think his takedowns are very good. His submission threat isn't really there. He only really has the rear naked choke. Because in the Brandon Royval fight, this guy basically had mount for like 20 minutes minutes and couldn't find a single submission. And his ground and pound is pretty lacking as well. He barely hurt Royval after having Mount for 20 minutes, which I think is Pantoja's issue as a grappler, because he probably would be way higher if he was a bit more aggressive on the ground. But bro, if this guy can have his way, he will just wet blanket you the entire fight. But again, this guy is a very, very strong grappler. He's just very smart and very technical on the ground. Like, I genuinely don't think there's anyone as like technically sound and intelligent on the ground as Pantoja, especially in jiu-jitsu as well. His wrestling is decent and he has good takedowns, but I think that's really carried by the fact that he's just so strong.
Royval's trying to move off to the right side, some pressure on that foot, then start to try to clear it. Pantoja's starting to get under the neck here. Oh, it's getting tight. Oh, yeah, Pantoja's got it under the neck here. Oh, this is tight. He's gonna put him to sleep here, Paul Felder. Wow.
Alright, so coming in at number 5, I have Tatsuro Taira. Okay, this one is probably going to be a bit controversial. People are going to say I'm glazing, you know, like how is he above Pantoja? But I genuinely think that Taira is a top 5 grappler in the UFC. He's just so skilled everywhere. He's genuinely a really well-rounded grappler. Like, I feel like it's kind of rare to get a grappler who can do both. Like, almost every single person below him and even a couple guys above him, they either have the submissions or they have the ground and pound. It's never both. But Tatsuro Taira, he has great takedowns, he has good control, he has a great submission game, a lot of submissions as well. I think that's quite important. He has a wide variety of submissions. And on top of that, his ground and pound is really good. He's not finishing anyone, but he'll be like mid-transition and he's punching the guy in the face. And he does this quite a lot too. Very high level submission game, very high level wrestling. I think he's really underrated right now. Alright, so coming in at number 4, I have Charles Oliveira. I mean, this one is quite an obvious one. I can't really have him any higher even though he's really skilled, just because he's been out-wrestled by a lot of guys by now. I mean, Charles Oliveira has easily the best BJJ in the UFC, easily the best back taker as well, insanely high-level submission game, he has decent control, his ground and pound is okay, and his wrestling is actually underrated. I think he showed a lot of improvements in his wrestling against Michael Chandler, even though that win has aged like shit. I do think that Charles Oliveira has gone a lot more well-rounded. I mean, we even saw in the Arman fight, his submission game is still elite. I mean, Charles Oliveira is just such a great grappler. He's only really been out-grappled recently by 2 of the best grapplers in the UFC, so it's really not that bad.
All right, take the lead in a half mile of 56-2. And Charles Oliveira with that slick move at the half-mile pole has come away with the lead. So T3 will have to re-engage here as they move up the backstretch. This is going right down to the end. It is still Charles Oliveira maintaining the lead here, and he's got a 2-length lead.
Alright, so coming into the top 3 now. For my number 3rd spot, I have Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan is such a high-level wrestler, and he also has pretty good BJJ as well. He's also just been doing a lot of grappling stuff recently, but this guy is just genuinely so good. He's so athletic. He has great takedowns, great control, probably the most dangerous ground and pound in the UFC right now. Like that fight with Yoel Alvarez where he just basically killed him is probably one of my favorite fights ever. He doesn't really have a crazy submission game, but I don't think he really needs it. But obviously, his wrestling is impeccable, and his BJJ is decent as well.
When the referee is that concerned, when there's that amount of blood, and you're landing
That's gonna do it.
Nice work.
This guy's a big problem at 155 pounds.
Alright, so coming in at number 2, I have the GOAT Islam Makhachev. This guy is an incredible grappler, but I just want to say, I hate when people compare this guy to Khabib. Their grappling styles are like completely different. Islam is way better with the submissions, but I really don't think this guy's ground and pound is remotely as good as Khabib's. Like, Khabib's ground and pound was different. This guy would be like standing up while he's like holding you down, and then he's like punching you in the face, like full force, which is like crazy to do because almost no one is able to do that. Like, he wasn't even using elbows either. This guy was genuinely just like boxing you on the ground. I really don't think these guys are comparable at all. But Islam Makhachev is a great grappler. I really think that the only place he lacks is the ground and pound. His ground and pound isn't great. He's not really like beating people up on the ground. Like, when he tees off, he goes really hard. He's not really doing anything while he's like transitioning. There's not like a lot of ground and pound there. I mean, everywhere else, this guy is just incredible. I mean, his control is crazy. His submission game is literally perfect. I mean, bro, if this guy just looks like he's going for a dart, it's already locked in. He has decent takedowns. That's another thing that I don't think is as good as Khabib's. His wrestling is obviously perfect, and I think his jiu-jitsu is some of the best in the UFC. Like, Islam was transitioning from all these like crazy submissions. He did like a guillotine to a dart on Dustin Poirier. Like, no glaze, even though he's my favorite fighter. I genuinely think that this guy is like so close to being perfect on the ground, but his takedown game is just not that great, and then his ground and pound isn't that good either. I mean, he out-grappled Arman, he out-grappled Charles. Like, he's easily the second greatest grappler in the UFC.
Oh, he's got to be careful with the darts here. Oh, he's got it. He's got it. Yep.
It's sunk up.
That's tight. It's over.
That's it.
Yep.
There's the tap, and still
Now, obviously, coming in at number 1, I have Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat Chimaev is probably the second or the greatest MMA grappler of all time. I still personally think that Khabib is a better MMA grappler, but I mean, it is debatable. Khamzat Chimaev is just so good everywhere. He probably has the best takedown in MMA history. His ground and pound is really good. His submission game is obviously really good as well. Crazy control, bro. He can keep you there if he wants. Great wrestling, great BJJ. The only thing that I think holds back Khamzat Chimaev is that he can't sustain it for 5 rounds. Or at least we haven't seen him sustain it for 5 rounds. Maybe he'll be able to now, but it's the only thing that I think holds him back, because if his style is only good for 1 round, it's not really a great style. But yeah, I do think that Khamzat Chimaev is probably one of the greatest MMA grapplers there's ever been. I mean, the guy is just perfect everywhere. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you're unsubscribing because of my rankings, and please do leave your own top 10 down in the comments, but I will ban you if I see Bo Nickel. Anyway, I'd really appreciate if you guys could subscribe. We're really close to 1,000 subs. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. Alright.
Finna take that lounge truck to Japan. I'm like, little nigga, get your bands up. Yes, she can.
Mateus Gamrods. Mateus Gamrod. Caught him. Yo, Armand, I don't blame you. Armand Saruki, I don't blame you.